Okay. Now the project what we are doing, is it a website or a admin application? The project what we are doing, is it a website or a admin application? What it is?
It is a website
See,
where we can have projects, employees,
website
everything.
and admin application. What is the difference between website and admin applications? What is
Admin
website?
application in the sense, yeah, a
What is
website
website first?
where the customers can log in into the website and see whatever the details that he needs.
Every website has the login page.
Yeah.
Every website will have a login page.
No.
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
no. Okay.
no.
So see, website is something, let's say you have a shop. Shop can also have a website, correct? If it is an e-commerce application can also have a website. Let's say if a school is there and for their school, they just want to display their school information, so they can also have a website, right? So website is something where user want to display some information on the internet, so they can create a website. But now we have e-commerce application. So e-commerce application also, they have the means we can show the product, user can register and log in and they can buy the product. But e-commerce application is also a website only, correct? Now admin application. So you might have used Amazon. Let's try Amazon. Okay. So this is Amazon website. Here also customer can log in. He can see his card, orders and everything. But are you able to create the product over here? Can you create your own product over here? By using this application, can
No.
you create your own product? No. This is a website. Okay. So when we talk about e-commerce application, now specific to e-commerce application has two types. One is website, means this website. Okay. And one will have admin panel. Admin panel or admin application. So this is the application which merchant use. Merchant means what are the brands we have? They create their product na, on Amazon. So merchant will use admin panel and from there they will create their product. They can see the order received for their product, add to cart, everything. But on website, who use the website?
End users like us.
Customers and users, right? Okay. So admin panel. So now talking about our application. So our application is a website kind of application or a admin application?
It is an admin application.
Admin application, na? It's not going to be
Yes.
free. Not everyone is going to
Yeah.
use this application, right? Only particular certain number of users are only going to use this application. When let's say we are designing this application for TCS, so only TCS employees are going to work. TCS employee is going to use this application. So it's a limited use of applications, means admin application. Okay. Website application is like it will have a website and in website only we will have the login and the everything. Let's see W3 School. This is a website application or an admin application? Website only, na? See, it's a website, right? Admin application as in if you access that website. Currently I don't have any, but means you might have seen any application where if we try
Like
to access that
the
application,
education applications.
anything, by default you will get the login page. You might have seen some application where by default you will get the login page. There is no website. Directly when you access that application, directly login page will come. Once you log in, then only remaining content you will be able to see. Got it? So that kind of application are admin application. Means application, whatever that application is handling that data, you cannot see that data unless you log in. Those kind of applications are admin application. Okay. But website, without login also you can see some information, correct? And once you log in, then whatever the user logged in, related that information, extra information he can see. But without login also, I can see the website, right? All the content I'm able to see. But there are some application, let's say banking application. Let's open SBI. See, if we go to SBI, this is their website. Okay. But from website also, we can do the login. If I click on login, another page will open. Okay. Let it load. So once we log in, after that, we can see our menu, means customer account, balance and everything. Got it? So there are some application which by default login page will open, and once user login, after that, you will be able to see the whatever the things we have over there. Okay. So our application is an admin kind of application. Now, whenever we have to implement the login thing in Angular, if admin application is there, so our routing will be changed. Okay. So we have a login page already created now. Yeah. So whenever we have our login application, so if our application is admin kind of application, so our routing will be like this. So first we need to create an empty path empty. Then if we are creating a default route first, so redirect to. If in the URL we don't have anything, so where we have to redirect? Login. And here we need to provide path match strategy. And here only two values are there, full or prefix. So we have to match the full path. Okay. Where's message? Okay. So what is this? This is our default route. Means, see, currently, do we have any route activated? Do we have any route activated? No, no.
No.
We don't have any route, right? So means this is empty route, means default route. If we don't have any route, now by default, what it will does, it will redirect to the login. Okay. Now we have to create the login route. So path, route name will be login, and component. Which component we will open?
So
Login.
what is this path match?
Path match means after
Yeah.
sometimes you might have seen hash might be there. In some application, you get to see hash. In some application, directly login will be there. So if you said full, what path you need to match? So that is full path we need to match. If you say prefix, then it won't consider this. It will only consider after whatever port number or whatever domain name you have. Now, after that only it will check. So we normally go with full only. Clear? Full means it will check whole this thing, complete URL. And prefix means after the domain or the localhost, whatever you have, that it will check. So normally we will go with full only. Clear?
Sir, what if we don't provide the path match? Will it
will work.
go to the login
Will-
page?
Yeah, it will work. But once you deploy it on the server, then it won't work. Locally it will work. But if you don't provide it and if you deploy the application, there it won't work. So that's why we have to use the path match strategy. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now what is the meaning of this? If in the URL we don't have anything, so where it is going to redirect? Login. Okay. So let's save now. So by default, you can see now login is coming because we have created our default path. Now by default, it is opening the login page. See, if I remove this login also now, by default, it is redirecting to the login. Clear? So whenever we have to implement the login, first thing we have to do is create default route. Clear? This is the first thing we need to do. After that. So whenever we have admin kind of application, so we normally create a login page, but after that we have to create one more component that will be responsible to have our nav bar. Okay. So let's open a terminal. And component name, you can give it as a layout or home, whatever you feel. Let's go with layout. So whenever we have an admin application, you will create two components. login component and layout component. Okay. So if user is not logged in, at that time, your parent component will be app component. If user is not logged in, means in this current case, user is not logged in. So your app component will be your parent component. But once user logged in, after that, layout component will be your parent component. Okay. So that's why we have to create one more extra component that will be layout. Okay. Now, in the login, in routing, we have created
We
our,
can directly write the login code in app component also. No?
yeah, in app component also we can do the login. But again, we need to use that hide and show, right? If you create a login page over here, then you need to do hide and show. That is not a good, means it will be like jugaad kind of something. That is not the right way to do it. For logging, you should have a separate component. Clear?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Now, so we have created two component. After that, we will create one more route. And here path will be empty. But component will be layout component. Okay. See, in our application, we have two empty routes. First is this and second is this. But for this route, we have component as a layout component. Okay. Now, over here, we need to have a children. Children will be array. Now, after login, whatever the components are there which you are going to access after the login, those will be part of the children. So these routes will go inside over here. So whenever we talk about admin applications, so this kind of routing you should have. Your empty route, login route, and then one more empty route with your layout component, whatever the extra component you will be creating now, with parent component as that, and all your components route which you are going to access after the login will be children of this route. This is your routing should look like when we talk about admin application.
But there are like 100, say in big applications, there are might be 100 components. So in
Right.
that case, we have to do the same
All,
thing.
yeah, all after login component means your components which you are going to access after the login, all will be over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. It's like we are saying for all this component, this is my parent component. This is the meaning of this. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Understood.
Now,
And the same I have a question. The same component, if we wanted to showcase even the user not logged in, so we can also mention that outside, right?
yeah, let's say if your application is admin application, but still one or two pages are there which you want to allow user to
Yeah,
access
like Amazon.
or login. So you can put it over here. Okay. But component which you are going to access after the login should be over here only. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So this is how your routing should be like that. After that, we need our navbar. So navbar, let's get the navbar code. Bootstrap. Navbar. We are going to need that log off button also, right? So I will be using that navbar where we have log off. In the end, we have log off button. So this navbar I'm using. Inspect, edit as HTML, copy, and our navbar will go into our layout component. Okay. So now just pay attention. In the app component also we have router outlet. So if user is not logged in, my parent component is app component. Okay. So we have in app component, we have router outlet. So that's why login component was visible over there. But once user log in, after that, layout component will be our parent component. So here also we will need the router outlet. Okay. So now in our application, there are two places where we have router outlet, in app component also and in layout component also. Okay. Now let's close it. Let's use the login page. Login page, HTML, CSS, CodePen. Everyone is aware about CodePen? Like what is CodePen? Guys, CodePen, are you aware about the CodePen?
Sir, no.
So CodePen is a online editor
No.
where so much of a developer like us will create some code and they will put it over there and we can search that code. Online editor kind of thing. Okay. So see, so many people have created login page and they have put it over here. Now we can directly use their code. Okay. So let's use this one or let's use this one. This looks proper. See, all the code you can see. We need this container. Let's copy. This is the login code, right? So we need to put it over here. After that, we need the CSS also. So let's get CSS. Let's copy everything. You can design your own page also, but I'm just to save the time, I'm using their directly ready-made available code. Okay, let's save and check if we are able to see the login page properly. We are able to see the login page, but that background is not available. Okay, see this background. So now this login page was designed by considering like we have a body tag. So if you see the CSS, we had this background in the body, but in our app component, do we have body? Do we have body over here? No. In our component, we don't have body, but we need to have a background color, background image we need to add. So for that, what we will do, we will add one more parent div. Let's say parent. And this whole HTML code, I will put it over here. And now whatever the CSS we had for the body, that we will replace with this parent class. Let's save all. See, now that background color is also coming. So whatever the login page we saw over here, same login page we have created by just copy pasting. Clear? Don't use this login page. I will be, means whoever
Your
is
voice is
Sorry?
so
Okay. So CodePen is a thing where you can get the ready-made code. See, so many login pages templates are there. You can open and you can use the HTML and CSS code, whatever everyone has created over here. And internet is slow. Just wait for some time. Okay. So see, so many different login page you will get. You can directly make use of the code, or you can design your own HTML code also. Okay. So we have just created our login page. Now I will be explaining the hardcode login. API integration you will do. Okay. So hardcode login. What do we mean by hardcode login? Hardcoded login. What do we mean by hardcoded login?
where we provide the ID password and we just check in the component.
Username,
Right?
email,
Hardcode.
password.
Here only we will check the code. Means we won't be integrating API. Here only we will check if user has added this username and the password like that. Okay. So let's create user object or login object. :any. We will need username, :empty, password, :empty. So I have created the object. Now this object I need to bind to my form also. Okay. So here on this text box, we need to bind square bracket, round bracket, ng, model equal to double quote. What we need to bind? Login object dot username. Whatever the field we have created. In case of hardcode login, whatever the object you fill, so either you can go with username, email ID, whatever you fill, you can use that. So currently you can see we are getting error. The error it is saying like cannot bind ng model. When do we get this error? Cannot bind ng
We
model. So
we
I
not
think in
import
our
the
app module, no, but forms module is there, na? Why still we are getting
yes.
that error? Why still we are getting that error? In app module, in our, okay. So see, in our app module, we have added forms module, but still we are getting error. Why? Because this login component is not added in my import array declaration. Do we have a login component over here? So someone must have removed this. So let's add a login component. Now you will be able to use it. Understood? Let's add it. ng model. Here we need to bind the password. So login object dot password. Okay. Let's just save and check. Let's open the console. We will be getting one error. We need to check that. See, we are getting one error. What is why we are getting this error? Why we are
So
getting
your screen is
just a minute.
we not find the name.
We
When
have
you-
to mention that name since it is not a standalone.
when you're using the form tab,
Okay. Now screen is proper and voice is also clear.
No, sir, it is same the UI.
No.
UI is load.
Yeah. So what is the purpose of when do we get this error? If ng model is used within the form tag.
Voice and UI both are not matched. That's the problem.
Yeah, we have to use that example in the error box. Example one name we have to use the first
Right.
name.
Name attribute we need to add. If you are using ng model within a form tag, so then name attribute becomes mandatory, right? See, if you are
Yes.
using ng model inside a form tag, so wherever you are using ng model, there you need to add the name attribute also. That is the purpose of that error. Okay. So whatever the field name you have added over here, same thing you need to add it. Okay. That is an intro question. So that's why I was asking. Whenever we get that error means
Sir,
we
your
are
voice is breaking, sir.
Sir, आपका वो
yeah. Wait. Okay. So what we did, we have created object. This object we have binded to our form elements. Okay. After that, we need to write the login code. Okay. So we have this submit button instead of, and make sure like whenever we have the form now, never try to use the submit. Always go with input type button. Okay. Let's write click event on login function. Let's create this function. Now, so as we are not going to integrate API, so how we are going to do the login? We have to decide, like if user entered this particular username and this particular password, then only we will allow him to log in. Okay. So we have to write hard code login. So means if else condition. So if this dot login object dot username, if let's say user entered admin and then this dot login object dot password is equal to let's say 1122. If user entered this credential, then only we will allow him to log in. Otherwise, we will show that error like wrong credential. Wrong. Okay. So here you can see and. So what it will does, it will check both of these conditions. If user has added username as admin and password as 1122. Okay. And if user successfully provided the login credential, then we have to navigate to some another page. Means let's say if user logged in, after that, we need to navigate to the employee page. So from please mute. So from .ts, we have to navigate. How do we navigate from .ts? How can we navigate from .ts? From one component, from login component, we have to navigate to the HTML, employee component. How do we do the navigation from .ts?
By using the router. Yeah.
Router. Okay. So constructor I will create. I have to create instance of our router service. So private router colon router. Okay. Now here, this dot router dot, which method I have to use? Navigate, na?
Navigate by
To
URL.
navigate. So navigate by URL. Where we have to navigate? Employee route. So let's copy this route. And we will post it over here. Let's add a debugger and let's check if we are able to log in and navigate. Localhost 4200. Okay. So just see now. So currently I'm passing the wrong password. Okay. And if I click on login, see in username, we have whatever the data we pass. So currently it's not admin and 1122. So it will go to the else block. And we got the error. Let's pass the correct password. Admin 1122. Now if I click on login, we got username and password is also 1122. So our if condition will execute. See, and it has got, it will navigate to the employee component. So currently we are on the login. Once I continue, see it has navigated to the employee and we got the navbar also. So now that look and feel means if we are not logged in, we will only able to see the login page. But once we log in, then we are able to see the navbar and everything. So this is your admin application look and feel. Got it? Now here we should have log off button. So in layout, we have instead of this search box, instead of this search, we will have log off button. What we need to do on log off now? What we need to do in this function on log off, what we need to do?
Redirect to a login page.
Right? Again, we have to redirect back to the login page, right? So again, constructor, round bracket, private, router. So this dot router dot navigate by URL, where we have to navigate login again. Let's save and check if we are able to navigate log off also. If I click on log off, see again we are in the login page. Let's try login. Got it? So this is how you implement the login functionality. Let me revise one more time. So whenever we have to implement the login functionality, first thing, if it is your admin application, so your routing will look like this. You will be creating extra component for the layout where you will be keeping your navbar. So first two component, first route is your default route, then your login. After that, one more empty route will be there, but component will be your layout component. And whatever the components you are going to use after login, those routes will be children of this layout component. This is the first thing. After that, you need to design a login page, right? Then either currently I have done the hardcode login, but instead of this, you will write your API call code. And this router thing, you will be writing in the subscribe. Okay. Someone will have the task now. Okay. But this is hardcode login. So we have created object. This object we have binded to the form. On click of login, we are manually checking over here. If username has added this and this, then only we are navigating him to the login. Wherever after login, wherever you want to navigate, we are navigating over there. Okay. And in layout component, we will have the navbar and router outlet. See, if I don't have this router outlet now, I'm not getting anything. Let's try login again. Admin 1122. See, navbar is there. In URL, we have employee route also, but that component is not loaded. Why? Because router outlet is not there. So as I said, once user login, after that layout component is your parent component. So we need router outlet now. If you don't have router outlet, how it is going to render the activated route? So in layout component also, don't forget to add the router outlet. Router outlet should be there. So now in app component also we have router outlet, and in layout component also we have the router outlet. Okay. And we have added the log off button. Once you do the API call integration now, here you need to specify the logged in username also. So once you do the login in subscribe, you will get the login user credential. So that you need to store in the local storage also. Okay, that extra thing you need to do in case of API call login. Clear, everyone? So these are the various things you need to do when you have to implement the login thing. Major change is this routing and the extra component layout. Clear? Anyone has any doubt? Now you can just add it over here. What are the routes we have? Okay, someone take the responsibility and add the whatever the routes we have created. Now just add links over here by using router link
I will do.
like this. Okay, I'm not adding it. You can add it. Remove the href and add the router link.
Outer link. Okay.
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 Fine. Now you can share and let me know like if anyone has faced any issue while doing the Gate API integration. Anyone faced issue or everyone was able to have it?
For PHC.
So,
So that course issue is still there.
can you share your